playing good. They've won back-to-back, the most convincing fashion on Tuesday. Scored 81 points against South Carolina.
You win 2 in a row, and they've done it with 4 guards in the lineup. They're going to try to space out Florida, make the bigs chase a little bit. They shoot the ball well. They move the ball better with this 4-guard lineup. Again, 2 wins in a row. See if they can put pressure. Now, what's the other side of it? They better rebound because Florida's unbelievable on the glass.
Yeah, one of the best teams in controlling the defensive and offensive glass. So here is their 5-man. Ironically, it's Damian Collins who takes the 18-footer. Collins playing some really good basketball the last week. And so here is the starting 5 for Todd Golden. Clayton goes for 17 a game. But as we mentioned, this backcourt of Clayton, Richard, and Martin, highest scoring trio in the SEC. Martin finds the cutter. That's Ruben Chinyelu, and he gets fouled before taking some steps. So first personal foul on Damian Collins, and Chinyelu, 6'10" sophomore, is going to the line.
So what you won't expect tonight from LSU on the offensive end, yes, they'll spread it out. There probably won't be a whole lot of offensive rebounds, so they can get back defensively. Not allow Florida to run and get the pace that they'd like to get it to. Florida averages nearly 84 points a ball game. But if LSU can stretch out this Florida defense, they must shoot it well in order to stay in this game.
And they have been shooting the ball better of late. They went and made 13 threes against South Carolina. In the win last week against Oklahoma, made 11. Chinyelu goes 2 for 2 at the stripe. So the 5-man continues to improve in his sophomore season. So this is the starting 5 for Matt McMahon. There it is. Sonny, as you mentioned, Givens, Miller, Carter, Bailey, the 4 guards. That has been very effective. Matt McMahon and the staff very complimentary of their offensive spacing with this unit.
And we know what Collins can do. He's a rim runner. One end to the other, but he's got to be really efficient on the inside.
Well, as you mentioned, this is where Florida can be very dangerous. Elijah Martin with the finger roll.
If you put no pressure on the Florida bigs to rebound on one end, they're going to push it. Guards can space it out. And again, all 3 of the guards in the Florida uniforms can attack off the dribble, and they just all shoot it with great marksmanship outside.
Collins starts to attack. Collins lays it in. Nicely done that time.
Nice finish. Again, Collins is a guy that plays above the rim.
Great shot blocker, having a career season. Will Richard, contested 15-footer, can't get it to go, and there's the effort on the glass that time by Thomas House. So that gives his team another possession and a new 20 now after back-to-back offensive boards.
And the Gators are number 2 in rebound margin. Second best offensive rebounding team in the SEC. A problem already early for LSU.
So Florida again playing 3rd straight game without Sam Alexis. That's a reliable reserve off the bench. But then their starter Alex Condon. Thomas Houck is playing his best ball with those 2 out. And Victorious Miller that time draws the foul on the drive in.
You know, it's all about possessions and the number of possessions you could get. And if you allow somebody to have more possessions, either by them making steals, you having turnovers, or giving up offensive rebounds, you're in trouble. And if you're a smaller team and don't block out, and Florida keeps getting rebounds, and the way they shoot it, we've seen it in the last few years. Offensive rebounds lead to open threes.
They are relentless. There it was in the bottom left of the screen. Just relentless, really, in all phases of the game.
Their bigs are in attack mode when that ball goes up in the air. And so if you're LSU, again, 4 guards, that's fine. You must block out. You must find bodies and move them off so they can't get offensive rebound.
Arduous trip at the line there. Miller misses both. That prior foul was on Chinyelu, his first. Chinyelu, the sophomore, has it. Pounds it a couple of times. Going into the smaller Collins. Couldn't get it to go. Houck, new 20. This is Martin, puts it on the deck. Elijah Martin, that one affected at the rim. Jai Bailey, good rebounding offensive initiator for LSU, has it across the timeline.
I was in Gainesville last week against South Carolina, and Thomas Houck, with 20 points, had a fabulous game. 3 assists, rebounds, steals, 6 rebounds. He's been playing his best basketball.
So Collins has got all 4 for LSU. You know, in their SEC wins, Collins has been a factor in all 3 of them.
He's a guy that won't be heavily guarded because he doesn't take a lot of shots outside. So he'll have looks
Richard, the marksman. Boy, they're really trying to work it into Chinyelu here, establishing the presence close to the basket.
A physicality difference. Chinyelu at 255 pounds. Collins at only 205.
So that's 4 for Chinyelu. It's been a very productive starter for Florida in his first year in Gainesville. Well, he is all over Collins.
And why he jams is so Collins just can't read and make easy passes to the guards coming off screens.
So here is the prolific playmaker, Cam Carter. Lost it. Walter Clayton Jr. Little head fake. Missed it. And Collins there hovering. So LSU now, they don't have the numbers. Carter can go to work.
Cam Carter's been on a roll last 4 ball games, 14 of 29 from 3.
Should stay here. LSU does have it when we return. How good has this all-conference playmaker been this season? Walter Clayton Jr. now, consecutive seasons, top 10 of the league in points per game. And Sonny, this year, way more efficient.
Give me either first team or second team All-American. That's where I put it. He's great with the basketball. He makes terrific decisions. He can shoot it from whatever range you want to shoot it. I'd love him as a lead guard. Some say he's not a point guard. So, hey, he's a great lead guard.
He has, it's the great ascension. 2 years at Iona. Wins a Conference Player of the Year playing for Rick Pitino. Hits the portal. One of Todd Golden's best recruiting jobs. He outdoes the Hall of Famer. Pitino gets him here a season ago. Was great during that NCAA tournament team. As you mentioned, the ceiling feels a little higher for Clayton and the Gators this season. Once we hit the postseason, 23-3 and sitting in second place in this vaunted SEC. That's a foul on LSU. It's a 9-4 start for the Gators in Baton Rouge. That's the first on Givens.
I think the value of Walter Clayton is the strength that he plays. 6'3", 195, 200. Strong body, physical. Quickness doesn't bother him if you defend him. Strength doesn't bother him because he's strong enough. Good defense, but you can't let him wide open.
Yeah, that's his forte. Knocks down a wide open 3.
You can't go for the fake when you got such a great player. Wait till he leaves his feet, then challenge a jump shot.
He has got a great next level NBA upside. More on that as this game plays out. Mike Williams into the game now off the bench for LSU, number 2 in the white.
And Williams can be an instant offense guy. Looks for that jump shot when he gets it early.
Richard knocks it away from the sophomore who touched it last. So LSU gets bailed out here, but 2.6 on the timer.
One thing about Clayton, you know he's going to look to shoot. There's the screen. Here's a little ball fake. See, Sears goes by him. Really makes it too easy of a play for Walter Clayton, but those are the things he does, and set up by a set play.
Smooth and instinctual.
Yeah.
So LSU here, 2.6 on the timer. There's Carter underneath. Missed it. Hauk was there to affect the shot.
Hey, what a great pass by Mike Williams. Cam Carter normally makes that shot.
So Carter still with 0. Clayton offline on the 3. Well, for a second there, nearly dropped through, and then a loose ball foul. That is on Micah Handlogton. 3rd game back for the 7-footer.
So we know the pace that Florida wants to play. And one of the reasons they can play at that pace is the bigs know that the guards are going to take early shots and they can crash the boards. Why they're maybe one of the better offensive rebounding teams you'll see.
You got Jordan Sears now going to initiate the offense. Sears number 1 in the white. He's been coming off the bench the last couple for LSU. Here's their really fine rookie Robert Miller. Miller coming to set the screen. Williams can't get separation. Ball fake, puts up the 3. Clayton's got it. And again, look at Florida run. Aberdeen had it nearly knocked away by Sears.
Boy, solid defense by Sears to stop that break.
And Richard secures it. Big lead for Florida. Richard trying to extend it. Richard, that was a deep one, and that hit the top of the backboard. So LSU basketball in a moment. So Tuesday, men's hoops doubleheader. It features these Gators. They are at Georgia, where the Bulldogs play a little better at home, and then Tennessee after a pretty big one today against
win.
Texas A&M. They will be here in Baton Rouge. That's Tuesday on the network.
Great matchup today. Tennessee winning on the road at Texas A&M. What a matchup.
Ziegler hit that dagger 3 late in the game.
Yeah.
Ziegler, the ultimate playmaker. We talk a lot about legacy at certain universities.
That's a good point.
Ziegler's.
A lot of guys don't stay around in one place. Ziegler going to be known throughout his career and loved by Tennessee fans forever.
Yeah, he's got a permanent seat there whenever he comes back to Knoxville. New York native. All right, so after the miss, Florida trying to stretch the lead. Clayton left his feet, wild pass. The 7-footer picks it up. Hauk secures it. Aberdeen, jump stop, fouled. Oh, and it goes in. Count the basket.
Sometimes you just get lucky, maybe. Aberdeen has had quite a week. Last Saturday was his career best ever, 22 points against South Carolina. So you think you're on a roll. Then Oklahoma shows up. He only goes 1 for 9. But that's basketball, right? Up or down. But Aberdeen has played so well in the last few weeks. Coming off the bench, giving him a spark.
You know, you've referenced a couple players. There's Aberdeen, as you mentioned, had 4 straight double-figure games. There are several players recently for Florida, to underscore a phrase you used, that had career days or great stretches. They are really dialed in right now as a unit.
And Aberdeen had those 4 starts. Martin was injured. Now Elijah Martin's back. It changes, but Aberdeen knows his role. Night in, night out. Might have a bunch, might not, but he can respond.
Williams follows his miss, and so that's the easiest one for Williams. And yes, that's the second layup LSU has blown here, and the deficit can grow further. It's an 8-0 Florida run already.
Got to find ways to get a stop if you're LSU, so you can use maybe your speed with your productive guards to get a run. But Florida never lets you off the hook.
Martin cashes in from distance. A special game for Elijah Martin. He's from Summit, Mississippi, maybe an hour and a half from here. Old Denver partner with the great SID. He goes, he's got about 100 friends and family here. And after LSU misses 8 in a row, Robert Miller finally connects from distance. That puts an end to the 11-0 run. They're going to try to start a new one. Aberdeen watches it go down and out. Florida is just way more aggressive on the offensive glass right now than LSU. Should stay here with 15 on the timer. So 5 offensive boards for Florida. It has fueled this offense. It made 3 triples. They've got the 11-point lead, Sonny. Everything is falling, even for Martin, playing in front of all the friends and family in Baton Rouge.
He understood who was on the opposite side, where to attack, when to attack. What a finish. And really a much-needed win for this LSU team, and a tough, not a good loss for Oklahoma, although they had a great win this afternoon.
Urban Klomjar to the game, number 7 for the Gators, gets fouled there. The one bright spot, or the biggest bright spot for LSU this year, has been the play of the senior from 45 minutes down the road, Cam Carter from Donaldsville, Louisiana. He's one of the top scorers in the SEC, but he has done it so efficiently, and he has willed LSU to several victories. This is Clayton Jr. 4-3.
Well, night in, night out, you're going to get Cam Carter, who's a productive offensive player. Talking to Matt McMahon today, obviously we know he's got better as a shooter from his days at Kansas State. Outside shooter, 3-point shooter. He moves better without the ball, knows how to get himself open. Better off the dribble, better shooting shots beyond the 3, so obviously way better offensively than he's ever been.
We got the football score 9 minutes in, and regardless of whether you're a hoops or football fan, that's going to irritate most folks in Baton Rouge. 21-7 advantage for Florida 9 minutes in. There's a foul on the way in. It's the first on Walter Clayton Jr.
And when you guard Cam Carter on the scouting report, most coaches will say you must stay engaged. If he's off the ball, don't just let up, because he's going to move and try to get it. LSU needs him to be productive. Here he comes off a screen down low.
He's taken 2 shots, and he missed them both, so he's still scoreless here in the early minutes, but he can get hot very quickly. Carter from 15.
Mid-range game in check, to the rim check, and then deep check. 3-level.
Klomjar can't hit from distance. He's coming off a 10-point game against Oklahoma on Tuesday, his best offensive game of the season. Miller count it, and the foul. So victorious Miller is going to the line to try to tighten this up.
Coming off his best game in his early career here at LSU. 12 points against South Carolina, season high, career high. A little runner off the one leg. You know, anytime that you're a freshman in the best basketball league, it's not easy. But what you see of some freshmen, like we're seeing out of Miller, is continued confidence game in, game out. Last 3 ball games, he's averaged 10 points a game. He has struggled in much of the SEC, but now you can see what's happening. He now gets it. He knows the physicality of it. He knows now how to score.
Turning a corner deep into the season, Aberdeen responds. Again, Florida, one of the most rhythmic and efficient offenses in the nation. They're just about 50% from the floor to start and 4 of 9 from distance. And they will get offensive contributions from an array of guards, as we pointed out. Carter launches, can't hit it. Collins tried to get his fingertips on it. Rather, that was Miller. Plomjar, a blur into the front court. Good transition defense there. Sears leading the way. Richard, lob it up. Chinyelu, the two-hand throwdown.
And a great following here in Baton Rouge for the Florida Gators. Pretty good crowd in here for Florida.
We've seen a whole lot of orange and blue. Sears, yeah, wide open at the rim that time. And Sears, how about this? 5th-year senior has just surpassed 2,000 points for his career. Well done, Jordan Sears.
Averaged nearly 22 a game last year at Tennessee Martin. More of a jump shooter than a penetrator, but you saw what he could do there. Now, can LSU be disruptive to a Florida offense that looks kind of comfortable running anything they want to run?
That's a foul on Robert Miller. And so Gators will inbound.
The ability of moving the basketball and attacking in different angles. This one up high, easy finish. When if you get beat off the dribble, that means someone behind you's got to help out. Usually bigs go to the rim, and now guards have learned put it close to the rim. Teammates usually finish.
There is a chemistry and continuity with this Florida team that a few others around the nation possess. Chinyelu couldn't get it to go. LSU regathers here, down 11 with 9 to go.
Offensive rebounding. Thing Florida wants to do. They know they've got the size advantage.
And they're without 2 forwards as well. Without Alex Condon and Sam Alexis. Sam Alexis, he's still got the boot on the left foot. Todd Golden said probably a week away, roughly. So you consider him day to day. Condon, questionable coming into this one. Miller, that's a deep one, left it short. Condon a little further along health-wise than Alexis. Aberdeen got tied up. I think they whistled the jump ball. Yeah, possession arrow does favor LSU.
You know, LSU's gotten back defensively because really they're not sending many guys to the offensive board.
Yeah.
They're not as big. And Florida hasn't had easy looks. I do think they've been able to run their offense without any problems.
Richard guarded by Carter. Hauk flashes. Hauk might have taken some steps, and so that time Collins just stands his ground and they force the turnover.
Good weak side help. Collins coming across. Once you double team early outside and the pass goes in, weak side's got to be there in time. Collins is there. Turnover.
That is the first Florida turnover. You know, the conversation a lot of folks have around Florida is what's the weakness? Like, what's the answer to the question? And so they go 11.5 minutes without turning the ball over. That's impressive. Carter, a wild layup attempt. He gets the foul call. He'll be at the line for a pair. That's the first on Hauk.
Todd Golden didn't think that was a foul. He thought his guy was just getting out of the way. Cam Carter on a dive. Really looked like he was just looking for contact.
Kind of threw his body there towards the rim.
And it did look like Hauk just tried to get out of the way. Whistle blew.
And so you send an 87% free throw shooter to the line. He's been one of the best in the SEC all year. Tomorrow night at 7, we got the 3.5-hour best of this week's SEC men's and women's swimming and diving championship. Remember, the Gators have won the last 12 men's titles, while the women are the 2-time defending champs. Weather's pretty good down that way. I would say that ends up.
It's cold here in Baton Rouge, I know that.
When does it doesn't stop the Mardi Gras festivities? When does this holiday, and that's holiday never ends?
Never ends. No, I just thought it was like a week long, and I thought Fat Tuesday kicked it off. That's in a couple weeks. Not so much.
A week is how long it will take you to get your car from the hotel valet downtown tomorrow. Wait around for a week. How about that nice jumper? That one rattles through, and Florida maintains this double-digit advantage. That is 8 for Chinyelu.
And the way they're making shots doesn't allow LSU to get any quick and easy looks against a good Florida defense.
And Clayton got a piece of that. He blocks the shot. So LSU will inbound it here. They have been swarmed. And so Damian Collins at times has been the lone traditional front court player out there. So Chinyelu has been effective. Florida's overwhelming really on both ends of the floor. And yeah, there's another block. So if you're LSU, how do you generate quality looks?
You know, their spacing is good. But that time, as Givens went inside, and you're challenging really good shot blockers.
Yeah.
It's almost a drive and kick kind of a night. Right now, Florida's staying home. They're not going to let you do that, but you got to keep putting it on the floor and trying to create matches for your teammates. Or you got to find stops so you can get out and run.
Martin draws the foul, and are they going to say that was on the floor? So I think they're going to inbound it. No, that's 2 shots for Martin. He was in the act of shooting, so first foul on Carter.
Tough part is you're trying to do it, Kevin, against arguably the best team in the country. Top 1, 2, 3. We know they're ranked high, and so you're trying to figure out a way to get to Florida, but they're good. Like they're just one of the best.
So we got a big game, by the way, on the network on the women's side. That's Monday. So there is SEC leading Texas will be in Athens to face Georgia. Tip off at 7 Eastern on Monday. So the new team on the block. They're tied for first with South Carolina, but they got that big head-to-head win against the defending national champs. So catch that one Monday at 7.
The Longhorns did not enter the SEC quietly, did they? No, in any sport.
Well, Elite 8 last year. Can they break through to the Final Four? Would be first time in more than 2 decades. So it is a 14-point cushion after the free throws. Florida nearly doubling up the Tigers.
Great recovery by Richard to get to Cam Carter. They ran a play for him. He couldn't get a shot.
Late shot clock. Williams may have to hoist it. That's a contested 3. Givens, or make it Jai Bailey, pardon me, comes down with it. And Givens cashes in.
And Givens, a terrific freshman. He has not shot the ball well. Takeaway shooting percentages. I think he's had a fabulous season handling the basketball, playing good defense. He will shoot the ball better because he's a better shooter. It's been a tough year so far.
Yeah, fine rookie season. You're right. There has been a lot asked of the freshman from Memphis. B20, Martin can't hit. Chinyelu too strong. Oh my, this is a 4th look for Florida. They are owning the glass. They're +9 right now on the glass. Chinyelu over the left shoulder, and so LSU, that was a barrage that time.
Might have gotten away with a carry inside. It's such a load on Damian Collins at his size or his thinness to fight the bigs down low for Florida.
Yeah, he is lean. The slender 5-man's got it here. Chinyelu right up on him. Deflected pass. And wow. LSU dodges a couple bullets there. Williams going to the line for a pair.
And you can see how LSU, with their 4 guards, spaces the floor. And when you put Collins, let's call him their center at 6'9" in the middle, then he distributes. You have avenues to drive and to put pressure on the rim, which Williams did. Williams had a fabulous year last year as a freshman. This year, not as many minutes, has struggled at times, but the last 2 times out, 19 minutes against Oklahoma, 14 against South Carolina. So his game is back in sync of where they thought he would be after last season.
And you see the season high 13 on Tuesday against South Carolina. So, boy, things have not been going LSU's way. Sonny, they're now 2 of 6 at the line. Williams, part-time starter a year ago, and as you mentioned, you know, when you don't play that much, first 40% of a season. You know, not quite sure how things will look, but he has stayed engaged, locked in. He's earned more minutes. Williams, or pardon me, Clayton can't hit the turnaround. And then a reaching foul on Handlockton. That is his second.
And there's either a lot of different reasons why maybe when you start a lot your freshman year, you come back. Did you underestimate what you had to do to get better for the next year? I mean, LSU wasn't a great team last year. So Matt McMahon went out and found other guys also, and Mike Williams comes back, not as many minutes, wasn't quite ready to take the next step they needed him to. I do like his toughness. He's a terrific defender. And if he can get his game back, obviously it helps LSU, which it did, as you mentioned, against South Carolina.
This LSU team collectively, it has earned these back-to-back wins. They had been close in so many of those 10 SEC losses. And that was a gutsy come-from-behind win a week ago against Oklahoma. And then against the Gamecocks on Tuesday, they were by far the better team. And so they have got this back to an 8-point game. First half in Baton Rouge. Mini 6-0 LSU burst. Carter that time takes the pass away. Cross-court feed. Williams gets hand-locked and into the air and hits.
9-0 run for this Tiger team. And another turnover.
Ball back to the Tigers.
We talked about it already. Four-guard offense. What do? Or you spread it, you move it. Can you get a steal? Can you get an open look? Mike Williams, we've already talked about it. His confidence is on a rise. Now you force 3 straight turnovers. Can LSU get another bucket?
Little mojo now. And they're back within 5 after trailing by as many as 14 just a few moments ago. Williams, pocket pass. Miller can't finish. You know, that was a good look. LSU's missed a couple of lay-ins.
Yeah, 3rd point blank shot at the rim.
And so there you go. Those 6 points, basically the difference, if you will. Somebody's got to bail out Martin. Richards got it here. And they decide to work it around to Aberdeen. Handlockton comes to set the screen. He rolls. Aberdeen cut off by Bailey. That time, good solid defense from Jai Bailey, and Miller clears it.
Well, Miller's got the size to be able to rebound with the Florida bigs.
Gibbons. Miller! Throwdown!
Wow.
Timeout, Florida. It's an 11-0 LSU run.
All of a sudden, you've got a little feeling that they're not only back in, but they've got control of this game.
And so that's 7 consecutive misses for Florida. Several of those players you referenced, rookies, so the foundation is laid here for LSU, you would hope, for years moving forward. NIT team a year ago. You wonder how the season would have played out if Reed was healthy, but they are where they are. Oh, Miller stretches it and connects.
My goodness. You know, he had 16 points at Arkansas.
The average is 3.5. He's got 9 in the first. And so Miller keeps growing as this conference season rolls on. With 3 to go in the first. Knotted up at 29. Aberdeen off-balance runner. So that finally puts an end to a 14-0 run.
You know what? Tough shot, good defense. Sometimes you reward the guy who makes a great play.
They had missed 7 in a row. Now Miller, he was thinking about it.
Heat check, big fella. Shoot it.
Bounce pass, Carter. Very effective 3-point shooter. Hasn't squeezed one off yet today. Bailey for 3.
You know, I'd like to see when LSU sharing the basketball. Cam Carter has yet to force one. Sometimes big-time scorers do, especially if you're not winning games, but no forced shots, easy looks, and now they're making it.
Sonny, it's the first lead of the evening for LSU, and now there's a little juice here, not only on their sideline, but in this building. Martin can't hit the turnaround, and so where in Florida, where do they go for answers now? They've missed 8 out of their last 9. They will have it here with 20 on the timer.
The ability to move the basketball and find open looks. And again, Cam Carter not forcing anything. And because he puts it on the floor, because he's coming off screens, 2 Gators are going to jump at him. He finds the open shooter, and that time Bailey knocks it in.
You know, Carter is a prolific scorer, but he just he'll make the right play a lot more often than he doesn't. Martin, that one hangs on the rim and somehow rolls out. Another opportunity, though, was last touched by LSU, so reset the timer to 20.
And I've got it, Robert Miller. He's in there really fighting by himself, 6'10", 220. Some of the guards have to get back and find a way to rebound, help out their partner.
It's a good call. They're -8 on the glass, LSU is, and we certainly thought Florida would have the advantage there, but this is a big advantage. Chinyelu turning over the left shoulder. He's taken a lot of first-half shots. LSU on the move again.
And a good block out that time by Givens allows LSU to get the rebound.
It's a 17-2 LSU run. And that's a foolish reach-in foul that time on Clayton. Pardon me, that's on Chinyelu. That's his second.
You know, you can just see the upside for Robert Miller III. Aggressive around the rim. Obviously, we've seen him step out and make threes. We see his minutes going up now that he's healthy. The ability to make shots, defend. Huge, huge upside. Great stats on him, 6'10", 220.
And don't forget about the straight-on triple that he is perhaps adding. Sonny, that was just the second three-pointer he's hit all season.
But, okay, so Kevin, look at the release. Now he's a 61% free throw shooter. Look at the release of the shot. It's good, right? I mean, it's good. Now, the more minutes you get, the more confidence you get playing an SEC play. Look at the rotation. Wow. Terrific.
This is a 19-2 run immediately on the heels of LSU falling behind by 14. So look at this.
Against the second-ranked team in the country. Houck has been quiet.
Has only taken the one shot. That was the three. It has been Chinyelu and Martin. They have taken the lion's share of the shots. Aberdeen rises way off on the three. And Robert Miller now with 4 boards. One and done now for the Gators on that end.
Miller has had a terrific first half. He's going to have a night, I think.
Starting to run their stuff. Givens decides to take it. Cross-court feed to Carter. Carter now puts it on the ground. Aberdeen cuts him off.
But how quickly do the Florida Gators defense get to Carter? He can't have any open look.
Williams step back. Three!
Kevin, he stepped back, lost control, gained control, still took the shot.
This is a rampage right now from LSU. Martin can't answer. Can they extend a 22-2 run? I mean, this has got to be one of the worst runs Florida's faced all season.
And the Gators have had no answers on either end of the floor for LSU.
Outside of the Tennessee loss, I mean, they have not been blown out. They have not played in uncompetitive games. 22-2 run.
Shot clock at 5.
Carter cut off again. Carter hoists. Way off that time. Had to improvise. Williams with 3 on the game clock. Williams puts it up. Left it short. And LSU, after falling behind by 14.
For LSU is points off the bench, 21, and Robert Miller with the majority of those.
He's got 12, and he'll go for a new career high today, which will be 17. He's on the bench to start the second half. LSU ball to start this new period. Givens dribbling, and the Tigers working at the end to our right toward their own bench. Over to the right wing and Bailey. John Bailey didn't play a whole lot in the first half, but started. Gives it up to Givens, retreats with the dribble, front court left. Works around a Collins screen, flips one to Carter, steps in for a 2, missed it from the top of the key, rebound by Houck. Let's see how aggressive the Gators get here. Clayton on the move to Richard, back to Clayton, sideline right, almost out of bounds on the catch. Refeed Richard up top, poke loose from his hands, over and back, off the tip. Out of Houck, dribbles to the left wing, hands it to Martin. Still plenty of time to shoot, 12 on the clock. Chinyelu catches, free throw line jumper. Back iron no good, rebound Houck. Get back up there, does. Banks it in off the glass with the right hand.
Ruben with the second 15-footer tonight, and we just not matching up out of the press.
No. LSU easily breaks it and gets a layup from Cam Carter.
Todd with his hands in his head, I mean, of disbelief right there.
Clayton pick and pop with Houck. Houck now holding top of the arc. Dribbles to his right, hands it off to Martin. Martin feeds Houck, posting up mid-post. Into the paint, Chinyelu. just at the edge of the restricted area. Fouled on the play. Collins is in there for a foul. Stopping play at 18:39. It's 2 on him.
Looked like we tried to set up our 2-2-1. There's some confusion if we were in the press or not in the press, and this LSU advanced the ball 75 feet to Carter.
See if Ty Golden stays in that press after hopefully a make here for the Gators. Clayton will throw it in baseline right. Lobs it to Chinyelu on the right wing. Back it out to Martin. Martin holding above the three-point line, retreats 3 steps. Sends a chest pass to his left to Richard. Hands to Clayton. Wing left 3. Off the side of the rim, no good. Clayton hit 2 threes early on, but nothing here, and it's a 6-point lead again for LSU. Givens works the dribble right to left at the top of the arc. Inside to Collins, knocked loose by Martin. Tapped by Richard, but it ends up right to Givens, who scores it left of the goal. Boy, a home bounce. Golden bangs the scorer's table in front of us.
How did that get to Givens?
No idea. Martin goes over a double drag from the right wing, gets the left elbow to the left block. Picked up his dribble, puts his back to the goal. Thinking about shooting here. Needs a friend. Turns, flails one toward the rim. He got hit, no call, and the ball's well short. And cleared by LSU. Up 41-33. This is the largest lead of the game now for the Tigers. Givens playing pick and pop with Collins. Collins turns, feeds Bailey on his left. Bailey on the dribble from the left angle. Drives to the right side of the lane. Pirouettes and tosses it out to Victorious Miller, who got tapped, literally tapped by Clayton, and Walter picks up his second foul.
That is definitely not the whistle that we've seen most games. I mean,
not even close.
Walt was in pretty good guarding position. I mean, he cut him off.
Gators have a lot of time here on the clock, but have got to get this thing back right. Off the inbound, Givens hands it to Collins, top of the arc. Collins 2 dribbles, shovels it wing left. Carter for 3, too strong. Rebounded by Richard, his defender. Richard up the right sideline to Martin. Martin pauses, keeps the dribble alive, comes over the top of the pass to Richard, and he fumbled it out of bounds in front of the Florida bench. Another Gators turnover.
That play just feels like that summarizes the last 10 minutes of basketball that we've played. I mean, the easy catch that Will had, he just trying to think a little bit too fast and make a play before he's got it.
Givens almost lost the handle front court right. Martin backs away from him. 17 minutes to go. To Carter, curling. Gets deep down the right side of the lane, walled off by a pair. Flip it out to Collins. He flicks a 13-footer at the rim, no good, and he hacks Chinyelu on the rebound, and there's no whistle. Up the floor to Clayton. Clayton into the paint, loping toward the rim. Right to the bucket, puts it up and in off the glass. 41-35. LSU leading ball, rising. Givens for a 3. Too strong. Rebound, grabbed at the top of the key by Martin. Out ahead to Clayton. Clayton racing to the other end. Gets by 2 defenders, lays it in and 1. Got fouled on the play. I'm wondering if he got hit in the head. They'll allow a sub to come in for LSU.
Couple plays here, we're able to get out into transition. That's what we need to do. We need to speed up the pace of this game. If we can create more possessions, LSU is going to have a hard time hanging with us.
Free throws good for Clayton. 3-point play for Walter Clayton Jr., who's now hit 17 straight free throws. That's his first attempt of the game. Fouls on Victorious Miller. It's 41-38. LSU's lead trimmed to 3. Givens front court right. And here's Robert Miller. He just checked back in, holding top of the arc. Hands it off to Victorious Miller. Back to Robert Miller. Down the lane, loping to the rim, lays it up and in. He's got 14 points.
Miller with a nice dribble for a big guy to split a double team.
Freshman having a coming out party against the number 2 team in the country. Off the high middle screen, Clayton rises for 3. Missed it, rim glass, and rebounded by Miller. Robert Miller will send it ahead to Victorious Miller. Drives under the rim. Throws it out, they swing it to Givens. Wide open 3, good off the left angle. And now LSU, who's used the 3 ball here in 2 straight wins, has got 8 in the game. 7, beg your pardon. Chinyelu catches top of the key. Gators down 46-38. Rubin down the lane with a float job.
Wow.
Flies it in.
LSU daring Rubin to make a play when he's got the ball at the free throw line. They've got 2 guys sunk close to the rim, and Rubin took on the challenge.
He's into double figures with 10. Aberdeen waited to check in. Robert Miller spins keeps the dribble alive, elbow left. Bounce pass out to Carter, almost stolen by Martin. Carter picks up the dribble, feeds Robert Miller, top of the arc. Bounce pass wing right, caught by Victorious Miller. Bounces in for a closer look. Missed a mid-range jumper. Rebound Clayton, outlet pass to Richard. Richard, 1-on-3, tied up in the lane. Loose ball found Huck, though, and he goes up and in with a score left of the rim. And a lucky bounce goes Florida's way.
Good hands from Tommy to pick up that bounce. It's a tough catch.
46-42. Don't know how Richard wasn't fouled there in that 1-on-3 situation. Screen falls down, throws to Robert Miller. Pump fake from 3 up top. Quick chest pass goes right to Victorious Miller. Back to Robert Miller for 3. Just missed it by a whisker off the left side of the iron. Cleared by Houck. Outlet pass to Clayton. Clayton to the top of the arc. The key, the foul line, and he's fouled. He should be in the gather. This should be free throws for Walter Clayton Jr. as we go to the timeout. We've yet to get the indication the officials are huddling here as both teams make their way to the bench. They're going to put the ball on the baseline and say that he was not in the act of shooting since 2019. Inbound, off the foul. Chinyelu catching, wing left. 20 to shoot. Ruben will dribble uphill a little bit and shovels it out to Clayton, front court left. Around the Chinyelu screen, Clayton rises, 2-ball, wing left. No good, rebound Chinyelu. Chinyelu in the middle of a crowd, throws it out, and it's deflected and stolen. Mike Williams Jr. to the other end, reverse layup. Blocked by Chinyelu. He pinned it on the glass. They're going to have to take a look at this.
That's going to be an easy call right there.
They've called goaltending to make it 48-42. That call is going to get reversed.
I think it'll be reversed. Live action, it looked like a clean block.
I agree. But the look at is to see whether or not he pinned it against the glass or did it hit the glass and then his hand met it. That's the difference in the call. That's hard in real time. Klobuchar's back in. Working with Aberdeen in the backcourt. Chinyelu catches top of the key. Works to his right, hands it to Walter Clayton at the foul line extended. Turns into the lane. Clayton, scooper, left hand, missed it. Rebound, Chinyelu, second chance bucket in for Ruben Chinyelu, who leads the Gators in scoring with a dozen.
Walt's a little off today, 4 for 13 from the field now, and Ruben in great position to clean it up.
Ruben on his way to a double-double here. He's 1 rebound shy. Robert Miller, top of the arc, knocked out of his hands, picks it up, hands it to Jai Bailey. Bailey, left-hand dribble to the foul line, leaves in for a rolling Miller, and nobody saw him. Chinyelu asleep with a switch, and the layup is good for Robert Miller, who's tied his career high with 16. 50-44 LSU. 13:04 to go in the second half. Chest pass to Klobuchar, caught right in front of us. Sideline left. Dribble behind his back. And feed, a bounce pass to Houck, left side of the lane. Goes block to block. Chinyelu has it knocked out of his hands and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Robert Miller with 7 on the shot clock.
LSU really getting out and pressuring into the passing lanes and the ball handlers there. We've struggled to get our offense under the three-point line.
Aberdeen lobs it into Houck, above the right elbow. Houck with the bounce, gets halfway down the lane. Bounces into a crowd to Chinyelu, lays it up and in, and he took a shot. There's a foul on the play and a possible three-point opportunity for Ruben Chinyelu.
Tommy with a couple of nice passes to Ruben, under big to big. Good ball handling from Tommy.
Chinyelu at the line here with 14 points has tied his career high. This would be for a new career high for the Nigerian sophomore. He's got it. 15 points, a new career high for Ruben Chinyelu. And he should have. Well, no, he's still at 9 rebounds. I beg your pardon. 3 for 3 at the line, though, for Ruben, who's not a particularly good free throw shooter. Robert Miller, crossover dribble. Chinyelu trying to stop him down the right side of the lane. Takes him, pick it up. He's deep now down the lane. Hits a slashing Carter. Up and under. Reverse lane won't go. He went right to left. Rebound Houck. The outlet pass goes off the foot of Bailey out of bounds. It'll be Gators ball right in front of us, front court left.
Score 50-47 is still pending the review, correct? They review at the media timeout?
At the next, yeah.
I think it's likely 48-47 right now.
Houck, Aberdeen, hand-locked now on the floor with Clayton and Urban Klobuchar. Inbound finds Clayton, who'll walk the dribble across the LSU logo. Around a high middle screen. He's alive with it, rises elbow right, knocks down a 14-footer. And with that, it's a 1-point affair and may be in favor of the Gators now, pending that review of the goaltending call. Sears in off the bench for LSU, handling up top. Back and forth with Carter, and Carter sailed it behind Sears and out of bounds, and LSU's on the ice. They'll review the goaltending now here at the media timeout. After review, it is a shot block for Chinyelu, so no goaltending. And with that review, the Gators now have grabbed the lead back with 12 minutes to go. Inside the huddle, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. On the horn, sent pass to Houck off of the left elbow. Go back door to Klavjar, makes the catch, lays it in, and the bucket's good, and I love the play.
I didn't want to give away the back door to Herb right there, but that was beautiful.
Glad you gave me a heads up, because I'm so used to that set looking something different. 51-48 now, Florida. Sears pushes off, dials a wing left 3 air ball, saved by Chest. Not a Carter on the left wing. Wow, they missed a push off by Sears. Mike Williams holding here. Now dribbling away from the center jump circle to his left. 4 to shoot. He's got it up top now. Stolen. Aberdeen. Foot race to the other end. Lays it up and in. A very smooth glide to the rack for Aberdeen. The Gators on a run now. Have outscored LSU 22-11 in the second half. Sears chest pass to Mike Williams. They'll flip it to Robert Miller, just left of the top of the arc. Handlock to guarding him. Hand off to Chest. Chest into the lane, climbs into handlock, and then lays it in. How he didn't travel, I don't know. I mean, he didn't travel. It just looked like he would have to make that play.
He got some long steps.
Yeah, he does. Klavjar takes a handoff, winds up for 3. Wing left is down, and Irvine Klavjar keeps his hot shooting alive. He's 10 for 14 now in his last 6 games.
Irvine with the big 3 off the pick and roll.
56-50. Chest almost turned it over, hands it to Carter wing left. He'll drive to the SEC logo and flicks it up and in from 10 feet away. Carter is a 3-point bomber, has done most of his damage inside the arc today. He's 0 for 3 from downtown. Nice slip. Houck catches from Klavjar. Left side of the lane. Turns over to the left shoulder. Right hook. In and out. No good. Did everything but go in. Cleared by the Tigers, who are down 4 now. 25-15 advantage in the half right now, working for Florida. Martin waited to check in. Mike Williams pushes it to Robert Miller, top of the arc. Handlock and gives him a little room. Pump fake from 3. Short hand off to his left to Carter. Works with a screen here, right then left. Into a rolling Miller on the short roll. Shoveled at the chest under the rim. Had to go right to left, and it got tipped by Handlock. Then it goes out of bounds, but off of LSU. I don't know if I'll give credit there because he's the visitor. I get it, but Handlock got a finger on that basketball.
No, he did.
Yeah.
Micah been good underneath the basket tonight, especially on the defensive end.
All right, Clayton will sit down with 13 points. 8 straight games right now working for Clayton, not having 20 or more, but his assist numbers are up. Went from 3.7 assists per ball game in the first 17 games of the year, and here during the stretch where he's not scored as much, he's over 5 assists per game.
Walt's been able to impact the game in a lot of different ways today. Not shooting great from the floor, but hit his last shot to pull up from 10 feet. We'll see if he gets his next ones down.
Full court pressure by LSU. Houck comes to get the ball, gives it back to Aberdeen. Gators break the press. Aberdeen down the left slot, lays it up. No, dunk! Follow with the right hand of Thomas Houck. What a play. Timed it up perfectly. It's 58-52 Gators. Ball's loose in the lane at the other end. Tied up, and the ball belongs to Florida. Florida will get it here with the arrow on a held ball.
LSU rattled with our intensity on the defensive end. We are making them uncomfortable, like Coach talked about in the huddle a couple minutes ago.
Down 8 earlier in the half, up 6 now. 9:23 to go in the half. And another simple break of the press for the Gators thanks to Houck. New play call from Kevin Hovde. The bench to our left.
Chomp high right here.
Yes, sir. They'll throw it to Klavjar on the right angle. Works off a Handlock and screen. In the lane. Lob underneath. Caught by Handlock, who came down funny with it. And he got pushed. There should be a foul here, and it is. Called against LSU. Foul's going to be on Robert Miller. Team's 5th. His 3rd. Aberdeen on the trigger baseline right. Pitches it into Handlock, the right of the lane. Knocked loose and out of bounds off Robert Miller. So we'll stay with the Gators here. on the right sideline.
And our second set play here on a sideline out of bounds.
Klobjar on the trigger. Into Houck, front court right. Back it out to Aberdeen on the center jump circle. Aberdeen now dribbling to his left. Refeeds Houck between the circles. Thomas drives on the right side. Tomahawk dunk with the right hand. Houck's pounding it inside now.
Love to see the drive from Tommy. He's been so good this season, going right to the rim.
11 now for Houck. Timeout LSU. And the Gators have hit 8 of their last 10 shots and lead by 8 points as LSU needs to stop play at 8:49 to go in the second half. Florida 60, LSU 52. 2 Gators nearing a double-double. Houck with 9 boards, same for Chinyelu. Houck still on the floor. Givens off the inbound, sends it to Carter on the left wing. Drives to the foul line, puts his back to the goal, flares a pass out to Givens near the center jump circle. Guarded by Klobjar, stays with him. As the ball moves to the right here, crossover dribble. Givens throws a bounce pass between the legs to Collins. Rises and hits a free throw line jumper. Really, not a great shooter. Anything outside of 10 feet. 8:21 to go in the half. Klobjar sends a one-hand pass to the right wing. Martin drives the rim off the catch, lays it up, missed it, it rimmed out. Wow. How many point-blank misses in this game for the Gators on the road today? Bailey picks up his dribble after a little push-off. Wing left, hands to Collins. Returns and offers to Carter. Dribbles to his left, rises for 3, in and out. Rebound Collins. Second chance bucket in one motion. Ouch.
What a swing that was. We miss the easy bunny at the our end, and they hit theirs.
So a run working out for LSU out of their own timeout. They've cut it to 4. Chinyelu waiting to check back in. Aberdeen works the dribble to his left. Houck in the neighborhood. Aberdeen will take a screen from Houck and now glides away. Aberdeen on a pick and pop, finds Houck top of the arc, drives, spins in the lane, rises, got fouled, no call, missed a point-blank shot. Rebound, Houck has got the double-double. Houck turns, throws out to Klobjar with 15 to shoot. Klobjar from the right timeline to the top of the arc. Down on the left side of the lane. Shoots, blocked, caught by Handlockton. Handlockton trying to get to the rim is fouled. Micah will go to the free throw line for just his second and third attempts of the year after returning a couple of games ago. And the Florida lead is 4, 60-56. Micah Handlockton at the foul line to our left, 0 for 1 on the year, this third game back.
Micah and Tommy the last few minutes have done a nice job working the offensive glass, using their size, getting position. And we've also done a good job this second half, Sean, guarding the three-point line. LSU only hitting 1 3. They hit 6 the first half, but this is about the moment in the first half where LSU got hot and went on their run. So we've got to make sure we continue to guard the three-point line, force LSU to the basket because it's tough to finish over Micah and Tommy.
Second free throw. Oh, missed that one. Hit the first, missed the second. Micah Handlockton is, by the way, one of 2 guests on the new Gator Tales podcast with Sean Kelly, which is available wherever you get your podcasts. It's Handlockton and former Gator great golfer Billy Horschel. Bailey drives to the lane and sends a pass wing right. After waiting, Collins launched a long 2 but missed it well short. Grabbed by Elijah Martin, who brings it up for Florida. Over the Handlockton screen at the top of the arc. Martin turns and throws the wing left to Clayton. Clayton with 13 points. He'll send it to Handlockton, top of the key, hand to Klobjar. Launches a 3, back iron no good. Rebound by Martin. Over to Clayton on the left wing. Dribbles into the paint, throws it back to the right wing. Klobjar will try again. Now he missed back-to-back 3-ball attempts. Rebound Handlockton into Houck. Rises and dunks with 2 hands. 13 points, 10 rebounds for Thomas Houck.
Rebounding has been critical today.
Starting to wonder a little bit if when the Gators went small to try and match LSU, that's when the Tigers went on that run back in the first half. Since the Gators are going back to the more traditional look, they've turned the game back in their favor. 6 minutes to play. Williams, swing right 3 off the bounce. Got it. That went in, came out, and back down. Wow. Still a 4-point game, 63-59. Houck says Clayton go away. Out dribbling above the left foul line extended. He's got a rip in his tights. Inside to Martin, and he drives to the rim to draw contact. Look, attacking the rim has also been pretty key here for Florida, who leads points in the paint 36-22. This foul in front of the rim against Mike Williams.
Great backdoor from Elijah. LSU has been aggressive in the passing lanes, trying to deny us getting off of handoffs and pick and rolls. So Elijah feels that and goes backdoor. It's wide open. And now back to the rebounding margin. It's 42-27. I mean, a 15-point margin is 15 rebound margin is pretty healthy.
Martin misses the first free throw. Chinyelu and Richard come in for Hanlockton and Klavjar. Elijah Martin, first start for him since the injury, off the bench the last two. Has had a little trouble shooting the ball today. 2 for 10. 2 for 3 at the line. And he misses both free throws. The Gators will be shooting free throws on any LSU foul the rest of the way. 5:35 to play. That's unfortunate. 2 missed threes on that trip, 2 by Klavjar. Still just a 4-point lead for Florida. Givens around a double drag at the top. Got loose down the right slot, missed an open layup. Rebound LSU. Carter catches top of the arc, sends it wing right. 3-ball. Try Bailey. Line drive miss. Right into the chest of Miller, and trying to rebound it, he draws a Florida foul. I didn't see who popped him. It's Will Richard.
Only our second foul of the half, though, so we've got a long ways to go before LSU's in the bonus, and we can be aggressive against LSU with that foul number.
Speaking of Richard, he has 0 points. He's only taken 3 shots. Last time that happened was the Tennessee game on the road. Another crack at it here for the Tigers. Down 4. Carter, his entry pass, tip stolen by Will Richard. Richard on the break, bounce pass to Martin, goes to the rim, lays it over the front of the rim and draws a foul. Possible 3-point play. The foul only stopped Martin from dunking it. He was still flicked it over the rim. Carter picks up the personal foul, his third, and Martin goes to the line for a 3-point play.
Will Richard right on cue with probably the most Will Richard type play that he has. I mean, deflection on the ball, used his long arms, corralled it, and fast break.
8th foul on LSU in the half. 65-59. Free throw good this time. 66-59. Big 3-point trip for Florida as we get underneath 5 minutes to go. The Gators, when leading with 5 minutes to go this season, are 21-0. Skip pass caught by Carter, wing left, dumps it into the left corner. Robert Miller thought about a 3, and Clayton kept him from shooting it. Reset out to Carter. Angle left. And Richard comes up close, reaches in and whacks him on the arm. That's 3 fouls on Richard. Team foul number 3 on Florida.
No harm done except for the shot clock reset.
Yeah.
A few extra seconds.
What was it down to? Did you see?
It may have been. It was under 10.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly though.
20 now on the shot clock for the inbound. Coming off the right sideline. Thrown in by Mike Williams. Williams now finds Carter. Carter harassed by Richard on the right wing. Passes up top. Williams trying to dribble drive it. Stolen. Richard's got another steal. On the break to Martin. Wing right for 3. Pow! Right in the kisser. That couldn't have come at a better time. And Elijah Martin, who was sluggish scoring earlier, has come up with a couple of big trips here.
Don't go for steals or trap in this press. Just kill clock. When we drop back into the half court, it's switching man-to-man defense. We get a guard on a big, you got to front the post.
All right, LSU gets it across. And now into the half court with 20 to shoot. Inside the huddle, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Givens off the high middle screen. Drives on Houck now on a switch. Walled off left side of the lane. 2 passes to the right wing. Bailey drives under the goal. Dumps it corner left. Swing it out to Givens. Angle left 3. 3 to shoot. Missed it. Chinyelu's got a rebound and therefore a double-double.
3 to shoot when they took that is exactly what coach wanted.
Lob it into the low post, into a double team, and Houck jumped to catch it. Dribbles out of trouble, hands it to Martin on the near side. Martin spins in the lane, puts it up over the rim. No dunk, followed by Chinyelu, who flexes at the bench. The Gators bench. 71-59. Carter for 3. Carter's been hot from 3. Chinyelu hustles to save the miss off the baseline and send it ahead.
12 rebounds now.
Wing left 3. Boom. Got that. And the Gators are tearing it up now. That's an 11 zip run for Florida, who leads 74-59. 3-ball, left wing, blocked by Clayton. Williams had it stuffed. Clayton sends it ahead to Martin. 2:58 to go. Martin to the lane. Martin splits two, fouled right in front of the rim. Couldn't finish the shot. Elijah Martin will go back to the free throw line looking to add to 13 points. How about Ruben Chinyelu here this evening? Picks up his third double-double of the year. The Gators have 2 with a double-double. He and Houck have combined for 22 rebounds and 33 points.
Ruben has had the game of the season. I mean, he's had some nice games, but 17 points, 3 for 3 from the free throw line, got 2 assists, 2 blocks. What a game.
Ah, Martin misses another free throw. You can't believe it.
It's 4 for 8 now in the second half from the free throw line. It's one of the few negatives. I mean, this second half, we're 56% from the field, 18 for 32, 3 for 7 from 3 at 43%.
Martin's a 75% free throw shooter for the year. Does get the second. So again, the Gators this season were leading with 5 minutes ago, 21-0. And they were leading at the 5-minute mark and have grown it now. Bailey drives, kicks to Carter. Right side three, no. And Carter, who's had the most threes in the conference since February, or the first week of February, just can't get one to fall here today. He's 0 for 6. Bailey guarding tightly out near half court against Clayton. He gets bumped twice, still no whistle. Pass deflected but caught by Chinyelu, top of the key. Sidearms it inside, got it right back from Houck and kept going to the rim to score. Ruben Chinyelu keeps building on a career high. He's got 19 points. And down to 2:14 left and up 77-59. Gators looking good to make it 6 in a row. Givens, chest pass to Carter, wing left. Drives this time into a double team. Goes out wing left. 3-ball for Givens. Nope, rattled out. Rebound Robert Miller. Puts it up over his shoulder and scores and one. How in the heck did he make that shot? Friends, I'm telling you, he was a good 2 steps right of the rim and getting shoved to the back by Chinyelu, and he like hyperextended his shoulder to put it up and in, blind.
His toes were almost on the baseline when he jumped back. I mean, good 3 feet underneath the basket.
Any free throw down here for Robert Miller's a new career high, and he's got it. So a 3-point play for Robert Miller, and he's got a new career high of 18 points to lead LSU in scoring. Beg your pardon, 19 points. 1:53 to go, but it's 77-62 in favor of the Gators. That ended a long LSU drought. Out, pitch and catch with Clayton, top of the floor. Clayton feeds the post. Chinyelu catches. Can't get a look, dribbles out to the top of the key. Out comes to take it from him. Tommy behind the back dribble to the left side of the lane. Pivots 360. Passes out to Clayton. Clayton drives into a vacuum. Contact, missed a runner going to the rim. Clayton's arguing the call, but he's late to get back defensively now. Givens for 3 wing left, no good. Chinyelu hustled back and he got the rebound. So Ruben have a day. Wow. Chinyelu with 19 points and 13 rebounds. Gators in good shape here offensively at the end to our left. Again up by 15 with 1:05 to go. Clayton drives to the right side of the lane. Goes it out wing right. Thought somebody was there. Houck chased it down to save it from going out of bounds. Handed to Clayton. Corner right 3 with 2 to shoot. Side iron no good. Rebounded by Robert Miller. 50 seconds remaining. Up the floor to Carter. Dumps it wing right. 3 by Givens. Will go. Too little too late. 45.5 seconds remaining. LSU will use a timeout. They'll have 1 remaining now. No need. We'll get it into Houck, and he can turn and get it across half court against that full court pressure. Tommy hands it off to Denzel Aberdeen. So here's your finishing 5. Clayton, Martin, Aberdeen, Richard, and Houck. Aberdeen drives out of trouble, into the lane, to the rack, lays it up and in. All by himself. Big bucket for Denzel Aberdeen, into double figures with 11. And Aberdeen now with a steal at the other end. 20 seconds remaining. The shot clock is dark. The Gators will be able to dribble this out. And Florida again gets 5 into double figures. Amazing. After scoring just 31 in the first half. Martin will dribble it out. 3, 2, 1, and you can chop this one up for the Gators. 79-65. Florida's 21-1 against unranked opponents.